This is Ron. Robert, I can hear you.
We can hear you in the room.
We can hear you. We're just.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, everybody. At 6:05 PM, this is the regular business meeting of the Smithfield Township Board of Supervisors. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Members present include myself, Chair Jacob Pride, Vice Chair Robert Levenheim via Zoom, Supervisor Michael Albert, Admin Coordinator Jessica Hodge, Township Manager Julie Heilicke, Engineer John Tressler, and our Solicitor Ron Karasak via Zoom. Okay. And first order of business, be a standing executive session this evening from 5:23 PM to 5:58 PM regarding real property and leasing in Missing Park, litigation, including attorney-client privilege matters. We had an executive session regarding attorney-client privilege matters on July 17th from 11:30 AM, 12:04 PM. And thirdly, we're canceling the August 12th, 2025 meeting. We have minutes from the June 24th, 2025 regular meeting and the July 8th, 2025 regular meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Albert. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Second, Mr. Levenheim.
can you hear my second?
Yeah, we got it.
Discussion.
Okay, good.
Aye. I think there's a little bit of a lag. Robert, we got your vote on that? Okay. We'll keep going, but I assume you can hear us potentially, hopefully he can reconnect. Bills and obligations, they total $206,508.23 between the general fund, the capital improvement grant fund, and professional escrow fund. Do I hear a motion on those?
I'll motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Albert, second by myself. Discussion.
Second,
Oh, you are here. Cool.
I just see some constables still. Are we?
Those
no,
are
That's all
ratified at
from
the,
June.
from the last meeting.
Okay.
Yes.
Those are June bills. And then total ramp credit card. Do you know what that is?
The ramp credit card is the credit card that the township uses to make purchases.
Okay. Don't know what those purchases were
Yeah,
for.
I think we had it broken out once before, but it'd be good
Yeah,
to do
it's-
that. Yes.
It's not on the actual sheet because it's charged just to the ramp credit card.
Right.
But Bonnie puts that back up together in the actual bill pack associated with that.
Oh, well, yeah, if that could be included with this part in the future,
Okay.
that would be cool. Cause I mean, I know for myself, like we bought a new tent because one of the tents for the parks broke. Couple things like that. I know air conditioner DPW was purchased, but I think there's a couple other things, and then our subscriptions to like Adobe and Canva.
Yes, I mean, I'll just, if I can approve. Just pending getting a copy of the credit card expenses. I think I did that last time. Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you.
Yeah, just that that part would attach to the totals. That'd be cool.
Signs.
Yes, we bought address signs. I don't want address
Okay,
signs.
that's the main expense there.
Should last us a while.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Any others? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
aye,
Okay, we will proceed to the solicitors report. Ron, go ahead.
All right, I needed to get myself off mute. I don't have a report as such. However, I do have a question with respect to the conditional use application that was filed by Verizon Wireless. A hearing on that is due to be held no later than August 30, which I think is a Saturday. Unless the applicant through Attorney Williams grants an extension, but my question is who is doing that? Because there is some question that since this is under the wireless ordinance that was adopted and prepared by, not adopted by, but prepared by the Cohen firm and then adopted by the township, that the Cohens should be involved in handling this hearing. So I just need to know which way I'm running with the ball, because obviously this needs to be advertised. And again, once a week for 2 successive weeks and all that other jazz before the hearing date. And a hearing date has to be selected.
Ron, you pose a great question, which is perfectly fine. And had you been here, I just processed this earlier today and it's sitting here with questions that I have. So I can address that with you. I mean, board, obviously, if you want Cohen to take over this, I
Oh, I
can
mean, I
pose
think
my
that was
questions
the
to Cohen.
intent for why that ordinance was adopted, because there's slightly more specific stuff that they have to run through compared to the traditional conditional use. And the fact that the
And they're
applicant,
experts on that.
yeah, the applicant has to pay basically Cohen's cost, exactly, kind of like the way we do the escrow with everything else. So I would be fine with having them do that and be the first such one that they would be able to.
And Ron's busy, right, with a fair bit of things too, so I'm fine with that as well. But who do we do the advertising?
Generally, the solicitor who is handling the project will prepare the advertisement. For conditional uses, Ron will put them into the paper and then the township gets billed. I've not worked with Cohen in this capacity, so I'll be asking those questions.
Okay.
Oh, good thing we're talking on Thursday.
We're not gonna be, plans for this to be August, the second meeting in August, right? Because there's no first meeting.
So tentatively, it would be before the planning commission during their 14th meeting in August, and then go before the board on the 26th.
Okay,
Pending something didn't get continued.
okay.
Right.
Does that answer your question, Ron?
It does. I just needed to know who was going to handle the matter and then who was going to do the advertising so that I do not drop the ball and fail to do the advertising when it's being handled by the Cohen firm, who should then be doing the advertising because they're going to do the hearing. So they would know what they want to put in the notice. Just as if I was doing the hearing, I know what I would want to put in the notice.
Perfect. Okay. Anything else, Ron?
No, that's it. Again, just been doing cleanup work on Mountain Manor. Now we have agreed that the Mountain Manor case can be placed on hold while we are waiting a determination by the Commonwealth Court as to the underlying zoning issues. Briefs have been filed, but we have not yet received an argument date, and then obviously after argument, there will be another couple of months or so after that for a decision. So the Mountain Manor matter is basically on hold for a few months now. Of course, the injunction continues to remain in effect, and that will, of course, free me up now to do some other work that needs to be done for the township as time goes by.
Perfect. That's perfect. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
Board, John.
Thank you, Jacob. We've been pretty busy the last couple of weeks. We did a re-review of the wellness plan. That was just some cleanup items on their part. Post Office Road, we got the type, size, and location approval from PennDOT, which was the only PennDOT approval that we need, and we've prepared plans for and specifications to load up on the Penn bid, which will probably happen. They're sitting on my desk right now. I've got to take one more look at them, and then they'll be out for advertised. I already did speak unofficially with one contractor who told me he would be interested in bidding. So I'm trying to make sure we get bids on that project.
Great.
We did the second review for the sewer authority on their plan. We did a reduction in the escrow account for Wawa. We coordinated with PennDOT and the applicant for the suspension of Franklin Hill Road to PennDOT. We've been continuing to working on Green Mountain Drive Bridge.
Was that the multimodal for the Franklin Hill?
Yes. I've been in touch with Mr. Brown on Twin Lakes, who's trying to dedicate the road on Twin Lakes. And I had a meeting with other township staff with Mr. DePetris on moving forward with his project at Gateway.
How, do we know anything about the road?
Yeah, that's correct.
My understanding is he did get more funding for the road and that.
I'm talking 209.
Yes.
He told us that he now has the funding that he needs to complete improvements from where he is working to finish those improvements all the way down to the intersection with 447 and 209.
Right.
Thank God.
I just think they said it was too late to bid it this season, but they were gonna do it, cause I think they wanted to change contractors, if I'm not mistaken.
I know he dislikes the contractor, but okay, so
Yeah.
theoretically in the spring?
I would
Yeah.
think so, yeah, because, the money's in the budget.
Yes, I think they got 3.2 million or something like that. I was planning to call Doug tomorrow, cause I had another question about the roads. So I can make it a point of asking him.
Okay.
So that's everything I have unless there's any other questions.
Well, I have a quick question on that road. Is the plan for what that road, what they're gonna do, final? I know the land development plan is final, but the road part, I'm just curious if there's,
I think,
now that they see how things are going, whether they do any assessment and be like, actually, what we really need is X, Y, Z, or is that ship sailed? I'm talking about like number of lanes at,
no, I think that's fine, that was finalized before.
Okay.
But that would have to bid.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I'll follow up. I'll let you guys know and everyone know what I hear tomorrow. Okay. Julia. Manager report.
Okay, most obvious thing is that we have a new face in the room. This is our new administrative coordinator, Jessica Hodge. We're very excited to have her on the team. Another wonderful and exciting announcement is our zoning officer, Matt, will be physically present in the office on Mondays and Thursdays. There's been a lot of stuff coming in towards him and we're excited to have him physically here in the office, so you're not just bouncing back and forth between emails and phone calls with him. Lastly, good news, a couple days ago, we received another reimbursement check for $63,000 for the Green Light Go grant. So we're very excited to see that wrapping up soon. The last reimbursement has been submitted to PennDOT and it is pending their review currently. We should feasibly see the final check in another 6 to 8 weeks.
Awesome. Great. Okay, no EAC tonight because we don't have Alex or Pat. We also don't have Rasnati for 611 I-80. So supervisors comments, I just wanted to note that the 16,000 under the bill pack for Guardian Booth is from the Monroe County Hotel tax allocation that we got. That covers first installment of for the booths at Howard Parks that we're working on getting those installed before the end of the season. So 4 to 6 weeks on delivery. Anything from you, Michael or Robert?
No,
Nothing from me.
Okay. Under old business, we have public hearing on draft ordinance number 256, Parks and Recreation regulations. First comprehensive update on those in a long time. There's not a ton of substantive changes, but it gives us more tools to enforce the rules. And there's a couple of updates based on, ADA and vehicles that are unattended and past hours and whatnot.
you have to open the hearing.
Yeah, so we'll consider the hearing open now at 6:19. I will let Julia address the housekeeping on the proof of publication, on the draft ordinance and all that.
Sure, so this draft ordinance was advertised with the Pocono Record on July 11th, 2025. Because it is not an amendment to the zoning update, it's only required to be advertised once. Copies have been available at the township and at the Monroe County Law Library for consideration and review by any members of the public. And it stands before you today for your consideration.
So now I'll open the floor to public comment on that before we vote again and do the same thing, but a minute shorter. Anybody have any? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Alfieri, second, Mr. Levenheim, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Aye.
now, entertain a motion to adopt the draft ordinance number 256. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Beat me to it.
Motion
Second.
by Mr. Levenheim, second by Mr. Alfieri. Any further question?
I mean, I think we discussed this at length at the, was it
Quite a
2
few
meetings
times.
ago?
Yeah,
And we got all the details are there, all looks good, so I'm happy with where it came out, and everything is just more than it was before, so
Yeah.
mostly, for the most part, so I think that's good.
excellent. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Under new business on the consent agenda, there's just one item, it's to approve a special event permit for a back to school event at 106 Columbia Drive.
I don't have that.
It's the last
Second.
page.
Oh, it's after. Good try. Yeah, I'll motion to approve it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay,
it's
he's
very
seconded it.
rudimentary. Okay, motion by Mr. Alfieri,
Here it is, one.
second by Mr.
Second.
Levenheim.
So what
Scott,
are they requesting, signage? Directional sign?
essentially. I don't see any, it's really not a significant, undertaking and nothing that we have to do, so.
It's at J Park Plaza, okay?
Is it for the preschool term, or is this?
Monet said it was a back to school event in general.
Right,
Okay, I mean, it says there'll be directional signs.
yeah, I mean, that's all. All
That
they
allows
want,
them
so
to
we just
have
make
those.
sure that they get removed and.
Okay.
COI, we, fine, okay. All right. All in favor on that?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, second is the consideration of the recommendation to appoint Crystal Ewan to the Eastern Public Library Board of Directors. Believe she's here, want to formally meet you before we did this. Middle Smithfield speaks quite highly of you, we all saw the resume, do you want to take a minute to introduce yourself or?
Sure, yeah, I'm Kristen McEwen. I'm a licensed attorney in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. We've lived here for about 5 years and I have some nonprofit board experience, state and federal grant experience. And just a lot of things that I think would be helpful in governing being on the board there. And I'm really just passionate about the library and the programming there. So that's my interest in the position.
Awesome. Yeah, Debbie? Debbie's up here.
I'm on the board.
Can I ask a question? Because this is I was curious about this when I saw this, but it's the Eastern Monroe Public Library, but it's a regional library and therefore, like, why do we have a say? I mean,
Well,
you're
so,
right, I just want to make sure I'm.
yeah, so we have a say because the board, this is for the county library board, which
Right.
of which the regional libraries are part of that system, so we don't directly get to appoint them, so. Because it's the Library of the Smithfields being represented, us and Middle Smithfield both have to make a
We
recommendation.
make a recommendation. This isn't a vote. This is a recommendation.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Perfect.
But I think every time we've had anybody, hadn't been a problem, so. It's awesome to meet you and we're glad that you're interested. Robert, do you have any questions for him?
No, I don't.
Robert,
So I'll make a motion to recommend to appoint Christian McEwen to the Eastern Monroe Public Library Board of Directors.
Motion by Mr. Albert. I'll
Second.
Any other comments?
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Awesome. We're looking forward to, it'd be great whenever anything comes up with the library, like maybe like a once every couple of months, like update or something, any way that we could be helpful, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
getting on the agenda every couple months or something would be awesome.
Yeah, I've seen it up in Tobyhanna Township where I've seen the Clymer Library come and talk about stuff they do. Our library does community programming too, so it would be awesome for us to be part of that.
Stand that up.
All right. Public comment. Tara.
So earlier in the meeting, you had referenced, on the expenses, the Total Guardian League LLC, that's the $16,000.
Yep.
So back in December, when you guys announced that was awarded with hotel tax, it was 30 grand.
Yes.
So then the other 14, I'm assuming, is what's gonna be used to do the camera systems?
No, the cameras are gonna be separate, probably part of a larger grant, but
Okay,
basically the 30,000 covers like 90% of the booths.
okay,
I know Julia got some quotes on some camera stuff, which we can use in the grants, and we need to get
I haven't
that.
gotten the quotes yet.
Oh, you haven't got the quotes?
No, but we, actually, I thought I talked about that last meeting. If I didn't, I apologize. We went out to every one of our parks, with a company that does cameras and took a look at where sightlines were, what the, cell service looked like in the areas to help determine what we would have to do for those cameras.
Right.
It's going to be a rather massive expense, so we're obviously planning on phasing the project. But we're waiting to hear from them. We met with them early July. They said to not expect to hear back from them probably 6 to 8 weeks. So end-ish of August, middle of August, we should hear something from
So
them.
having those numbers will be important to seek out funding for that
Yeah,
specifically.
probably a future LSA grant, the next round.
and I only asked just on Facebook, the grant was advertised as being used to install the booths and the surveillance cameras, so I just didn't know if that 14K was like set aside for that special.
No, the grant for the 30 covers 30,000 out of the 33 and change for the booths.
Okay,
And
so it's primarily fixed booths.
yep, and checked with the county, they didn't require any reporting, we got all that from the fiscal office.
Okay, and then also in reference to the parks, so looking through those expenses again, I was looking at the staff, which I know you guys ratified the part-time staff to become, employees, the last meeting. Are the constables, are there wages that are listed on there? Are those park specific, or are they doing anything else for the township?
They're not doing anything else for the township thus
So
far.
it's just park specific?
Yeah,
Correct.
and they're done now. Are they done now entirely?
We will absolutely bring them back for Labor Day weekend. But
Yeah,
over the large holidays, Memorial Day, 4th of July, we have them patrolling because of the number of
Yeah.
people we expect to see.
they did do a little bit over the last couple weekends because we
Or
did deal
hires.
with.
Because of the new hires.
Well, not only that, but in some cases, they contacted PSP or were about to contact PSP to prevent people from trespassing and whatnot.
Okay.
So we did deal with a little bit of that, but
Okay.
fortunately, the last weekend, and I think the weekend before were quiet.
Okay, so that's about 16K then for June, if you include the constable wages.
Yeah.
Okay. So then also, just a point I wanted to make, I know it's really busy, and I know that you guys are trying to make strides with having people in the booths. But July 4th, we did catch a lot of people down in the creek at the Mincing Park, with barbecues, swimming, posted up for the whole day. So if the constables are there, I would hope that they could enforce or contact authorities who can.
Well, they had, I mean, we did have to call PSP on the 4th of July,
Okay,
so we had dealt with that.
okay, yeah, we drove past it a couple times and there were people in the water, so I just wanted to.
Yeah, I'd heard that you and Alex were there, or maybe Styles.
No, me,
Okay.
I was with, the constable, Mr. Ronaldo.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else?
This is Ron. Mr. Chair, I just wanted to advise the board that the bill for the month of June was very high. Over $8,000 just dealt with the Mountain Manor case. And I've told the bookkeeper that the township can deduct $1,000 off of the bill as a courtesy to the township so that the bill is not as severe as it might otherwise be. And as I always say, we need to be careful when we start filing cases in court because it starts to get to be expensive. But unfortunately, with Mountain Manor, we have 2 appeals going. We have an injunction case going. We have other matters going. So we'll just have to continue to muddle through. But in any event, I wanted to make sure the township was aware that I've asked that they be given $1,000 or that you be given $1,000 credit on the bill.
Much appreciated. Thanks, Ron.
Thanks,
You have
Ron.
to run to your next meeting.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Ron, actually, this question's for you. Why do I keep getting harassed for events and getting threatened with contempt orders and this stuff? What do you see posted and what's making you contact my council about this?
Yeah, I get contacted by the neighbors, for example, the thing that was supposed to happen, I don't know, last weekend, the weekend before, they tell me that they have posts, Facebook posts, etc. You have to understand.
Did
I am
you
not on.
fact check this or do you just take
Hold
what
on,
they say?
hold on. We're not getting any screaming matches. We have to
No,
do our due
what I'm
diligence.
saying is I'm not on social media in any way. So I have to take what they're telling me is being truthful. If it's not being truthful, then in fact, I think that Mr. Masaryk can say, Ron, I think you're wrong. You better check your sources, etc. And in fact, that's what he did for that incident that was supposed to have occurred a week or two ago. He said that, there's nothing going on. Don't get excited. But that's right.
So about that, you don't fact check anything they say. You just take it for word. You just say, oh, it must be true. If you could produce any of this stuff and maybe look over it before you contact my council or contact me and fact check someone, because obviously half the time they talk out of their ass.
All right, hang on.
No.
Zach, we are not doing this.
I am.
No,
And
you're
gonna
absolutely
sit down and
not.
listen. You're gonna sit and listen. I can talk.
Actually,
I can talk. Just be quiet. Thank you.
No question.
And
No question.
so you it's harassing at this point. It's harassing. You've already tried to get contempt. Why are you harassing me for anything? And I'll let you know that if the ride did happen, so the fuck what? Because guess what it was? They rode street legal motorcycles from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania to Mountain Manor in the Poconos, and then they rode home on street legal motorcycles, and you guys are harassing me about that. What the fuck is that illegal? Why the fuck are you worried about who the fuck's at my house? It seems over fucking reaching, and you take this lady's word for everything. And I'll have you know, this lady and her husband, Michael, learning more about you, I like to know this. This lady and her husband are sitting on the property line yelling at my kids in the neighborhood, kids calling us fucking retards. Are you fucking kidding me? And this is the guy, shut the fuck up.
No,
this is the side you're gonna take. This is the side you're gonna take. No, I'm not calm. Because it's constantly harassing. It's been 2 years of you harassing me. And it's not stopping. It's nothing. You could fucking simply fact check it, Ron. Use the computer. You don't have, it's not hard. Maybe they submit a photo before you take what they say is fucking. Who are you? Are you here for the public or are you here for her? Because it seems like you guys are specifically representing her.
They did send to
I can't
me.
take it anymore. Stop with the harassing. We can ride motorcycles, street legal motorcycles, to the property, through the property, anywhere we want.
Yes,
anywhere we want.
Yes, you can. And by the way, they did.
So stop harassing me. Fact check your shit before you come to me next time. Thank you. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go home with my retard kids. Fucking.
You don't have any children.
Shut the fuck
Hold on,
up.
Tammy.
Don't say
No need.
The board should be aware that
Sure.
when I got notified, I did get some either social media post or advertisement or something about some event. So it wasn't just someone saying it. I actually got some kind of paper.
We saw the post as well.
I had Julia call PSP
Yeah, I know.
because
Yeah,
I don't want to see anyone get harmed.
for sure.
So she's
But also as a point of note, this township is very good about having a very engaging, open comment period. By law, it's a comment period. You don't need to respond. You don't need to say anything.
I agree
Just
with
comment. I'm just saying, sometimes to de-escalate.
I've had some experience where I've been able to get,
Yeah,
listen what
I
I
know.
said, I hear the passion, but we're
And
not
by the way,
gonna go down this road.
we're looking into de-escalation training, which we're for all the groups, which we have a link. Hopefully we'll schedule that for the fall. could be valuable.
On another subject, I have a comment.
Go ahead.
I've seen, done a little research on communities, how they deal with pedestrian and bicycle traffic on the rural roads. And some communities institute paint lanes for pedestrians and bicycles as a first step in accommodating traffic.
Mm,
Okay.
I would have them come.
Yeah.
And some communities will paint lanes as an initial step. And I think, I see regular pedestrians on Milford Road between Craigs Meadow and I feel for them, 'cause that road is obviously dangerous, and perhaps from our parks to the Minnesink or something, but start to consider doing lane.
as long as there's room in the shoulder, which a lot of times there's not.
Right.
That's what's scary about around Minnesink, because there sort of is the intention for that along that fence there.
There's also a side benefit of paint. It does slow cars down. They say
Yeah.
there's.
Well, sidewalks are like the best way to slow
I
traffic.
know.
Yeah, they're even better than speed bumps and people just instinctively, when you're driving in an area where there's a sidewalk, you sort of touch the brake a little bit. So.
Yeah, there's gotta be someplace, sidewalks are obviously the most expensive and place to do it,
Yeah.
but in the interim, there might be something.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Anybody else? I will entertain the motion. Adjourn.
So moved.
There. Second.
Adjourn.
All in
Second.
favor? Aye.
Aye.